Okay, we should be live. Are you clicked up, Darky?
I am all clicked up.
Okay. Welcome to session 3 of ANZCRL Combined Racing League's Global GTE Challenge of the Nurburgring Combined 24-hour race. So tonight, this session 3, we're looking at 8 o'clock in the morning, running all the way to 4 p.m, simulated over about 95 minutes. So welcome to the commentary, Darky.
Howdy.
And we're about to start now, so they had a 1 minute hold delay, so off they go for the time compression. So we've got Dredd leading the race, and then in 10 seconds later we should see Aussie Carters in that Ferrari take off.
That is correct, so Dredd's underway now.
And I think we can hear that Ferrari has taken off as well, coming into turn 1 before they tackle this, what is it, about 25 kilometre circuit.
25.4 k's, I believe it is, roundabout. There he goes, Gear's on his way.
Definitely a driver's challenging circuit, this one. They have done not a bad job, Weary Night, doing the first 2 sessions.
No, as you can see all the cars
kept
there.
themselves into third.
As you can see all the cars there waiting for a lot of time to get going. Now Sadow's underway.
Yeah, and they're all, a lot of time is through a time compression formula based on a trigonometry formula, I should say. So it compresses the field after the different sessions. So we've got all cars actually on the lead lap on session 3. The longest person that will have to wait will be the Got Gecko in the Corvette Chevrolet, the number 30 Apex Eaters. He will be waiting for 7 minutes 30.
Yep, so Dredd's still on the
until 1 hour 27 remaining.
Yeah, so Dredd's still on the GP circuit, just about to get off it as he's about to make that left-hand turn onto the actual
Nordschleife.
Yeah, I think the other guys are going now. Yep, here's the Porsche, the lone Porsche, Night Havoc. He's underway.
Yeah, doing a great job there in 8th. There's going to be a battle. I had a look. You've got a battle for the top 5 positions, and then down from 12th to 6 is a battle for 6. So they're all pretty close. It'll be interesting, this 95 minutes of racing.
And here's our last 2 cars. They're going to be waiting just a little bit longer. So. As Dredd's now heading up to one of many jumps around the track. I think it might be, what was it? Oh, I can't remember the name. A bit wide through there. Foot plates, I think it is, or that's a bit further on. I'm not really 100% certain on all the corners for this track because there's so many of them.
Flog plats or something, yeah.
Foot plats, yeah.
We'll call it the foot rot flats or whatever it's called. I don't know.
yeah. I think Talon's underway now. No, not yet. How long does he have to wait?
No, Talon's got to wait with about 4 minutes, so he'll be getting away pretty much in the next 10 seconds. He'll be gone.
Okay.
And as you can see, the 8 a.m, we're actually running this event in the winter, so it's November, the 15th of November, on a Sunday, I believe, and Sunday morning. So
he goes Talon, he's underway now. So we'll bring up the track map quickly to show you where all the cars are all spread out there.
The caution sign that we can see there is because we've still got the lone Corvette waiting to go, so that's stays as a caution at the moment. But he will be underway before Dredd will come around to complete his first lap around the Nordschleife.
Always wide, such a grass. That section is really sketchy. You've got to make sure your car's handling through there. It's flat out, the car gets a bit light, or some cars get a bit airborne, and you just got to pitch it in, hopefully it sticks. Yeah, also this corner there too, the car gets really light through there. It gets a bit of a wiggle there.
Big move, no, he's facing, we've got Simo, that's right, Simo's up in 5th, isn't he? So these guys here are chasing down Sado in the BMW. Sado holding 4th.
Oh, Sado's
and he's just lost it.
That's going to give
coming
Simo
out into the Remberg, I think it is.
There's Simo just in the background now. Seto's not going to be happy with that. Due to the car sitting on the straight for so long, the brake temps are at 500 degrees, so therefore the tyres inflate the more than what the drivers want. So they really have to just sort of hang the car on for the first lap, and then by the time they go down the Dodika herd, the tyre temps and pressures will settle back down, and then just be this never constant battle of tyres going up and down as Seto makes another mistake there.
Yeah,
So
he's
probably
just obviously just trying to push a little bit harder. He's got that competition. He's got Simo, who actually has gained a good 10 seconds on him. So you'll be seeing that, and that's probably just got the nerves running a little bit.
Yeah, sometimes you need to back yourself off a bit, especially this track. You start making mistakes, and sometimes it's worth just to give up that fraction bit of time just to get back onto it. There's Datto, his logical is closing up on Datto here in the only Aston Martin in the field.
Yeah, they've struggled to come to grips with the Aston Martin after doing so well in that at the Daytona 24 hours early in the year,
and Le Mans.
We thought that, and Le Mans as well, and we just thought he was going to be actually. Yeah, that's right. They won the Le Mans event, did they?
Yes, they won Le Mans in the Aston Martin. So
yeah, they just haven't got the car right.
I think it's not quite working here. The track, because the track is quite bumpy and it is very hard to get the car settled up for it. Oh, there he goes.
Yeah, but when we were round 3, we were at Indianapolis Motor Speedway Road Course. I thought they would have been very competitive there, but again they struggled with the setup around there.
Big V8 Aston Martin just struggling a little here as there goes a logical sport. He's now gained a spot. So hopefully
some of our viewers tuning in at the moment, and
hopefully a return to form when we get to the next round, which will be I believe Red Bull Ring.
Yeah, we'll be back to our normal formats of 2 70-minute races. This is there we go, Nurburgring.
Just closing in on Cirrus. Trying a bit wide, touch the wall.
Sessions, he's just been dropping each session just a little bit. He hasn't had this form that he had in session 1.
Front
so
right,
hard to get out of that carousel sometimes. Yeah.
For the first session, I wasn't dropping into it because in some of my practices, I'd pull the car down a bit too tight and touch the very apron concrete, and the car would just spin on me. So I decided the safer option for the race was to ride the high side and be a bit slower, but just give it up and not spin, because spinning costs time. So
we should have seen by now that Got Gecko was actually. Oh, actually, we've just seen Got Gecko then, weren't we?
Yeah, he's underway now.
Taken off. Yeah. So he's the last guy that had to wait for the longest on the grid. So his race has started now, and he's still on the same lap. Where's Dread at the? Oh, sorry, yeah.
Dread is on the Dodika herd right now. So let's bring up the track map. So you can see the blue dot is Gecko, still on the GP circuit. So here comes Dread to get back onto the GP circuit.
Hard on the brakes here to come up into these final few corners. Can really catch some guys out with a pinch in the rear brake.
It's quite remarkable how that last corner coming onto the GP circuit is so critical to your lap time. You need such a good exit down this straight here to make good lap time, but if you balls it up, it's terrible sometimes. So
you take away a minute from that time, that 9:05, and he's actually done an 8:05 for an opening lap. Unbelievable.
That's pretty quick.
We had a 1 minute wait time so they could reorganise the grid into order from finishing positions from session 2 last night. So you can just see he's about 23 seconds faster than the car in second, Aussie Carter's in the Ferrari.
Yeah, that's time. Yeah, that's due to the wait time. So let's have a look at Aussie Cars. Here he is now in the Ferrari. These boys have actually come back because they sort of slipped back a bit and then started making their way forward through all the sessions. I don't think they got a good qualifying run, and they've just been working their way forward. So
yeah, that's exactly right. I think they've started in 12th position, if I was rightly
Yep,
remember?
same thing
11th or
with your.
12th.
Yep, same thing with your teammate. He was, I think, dead last in
Sato.
qualifying. Yep. And then at the end of the first lap, I looked at the time and Sato was like 4th. I'm like, wow, what's happened to him? So he gained time out of nowhere. So
we haven't dropped from 4th since then.
Let's have a look. How much time did
Actually,
you have to make up on gear?
We did drop 4th for a split second when Nurburgring overtook me late last night, or the early hours of the morning simulator times. And then he actually then spun at a few corners in front of me after that, so I got that 4th position back.
So Sato's got 10 seconds to make up on gear to jump up into 3rd. So we'll see what he can do during this stint. Hopefully, I can gain him some. He can gain some time up on him. Also, one of the biggest things. Speaking of Nurburgring, one of the biggest things around this track is that, as you can see, we're in the shadow now. The sun's coming up, and all these little bits of sunlight coming through the trees, just flickering them, starts, stuffing up your vision and everything. And now into broad daylight here, so your vision gets a bit muddled because you got the shadow, sun through some of these sections to the Nordschleife. Can be a bit off-putting sometimes. So.
Yeah, and the track will be slowly warming up. I think the track temperature is probably around about that 15 degrees at the moment, slowly getting up, and the ambient temperature might be around about 6 degrees.
Yeah, 4 to 6 degrees, something like that. So.
Because we are running in November here over in Germany.
Yep, as you can see, Nurburgring appears to be catching on Simo.
Yes, the Simo's just taking it a little bit easy at the moment. Thought he'd have a little bit more pace, but Nurburgring, he's made a couple of little mistakes we saw early on, and he's now back on the Nordschleife, and this is where he's fairly strong actually through this first part of it. He's got this Ferrari really dialed up through here.
As you can just see the Corvette coming through the other side of the GP circuit. So.
But these guys are probably aiming for one pit stop. They're running on softs tyres, so they'll be changing back onto another set of softs in their pit stop, and then obviously their fuel load, how much fuel they're going to put in. They're basically burning around about anywhere from 160 to about 170 litres of fuel per car during this event, during this session. I think most cars get just over 100 litres on board at the start.
No, not the Corvette. Corvette's about 90 litres, so the Corvette's down on the...
90.
Yeah. But the fuel burn is about 11 litres per car, 11 to 12 litres per car. So if you think of that for, a lap, that's a lot. Oh, so much stuff to do it there. Here comes Nurburgring, he's catching on him. So that's a lot of fuel to burn for one lap of racing, 11 litres, so...
Yeah, well, inside our BMW team, we had figures of about 13.6 litres a lap.
Oh, wow, really? Okay.
Yeah. But we had to start off with 101 litres. It's a bit of a thirsty car.
It's a bit of a thirsty boy. Yeah, this part of the track is quite difficult through there.
Our sneaking eye in the Ford garages say that there's only 88 litres normally in the tank of the Ford. So, again, they're a little bit less than the Corvette.
Also, because this track can be, a lot of the corners are quite fast and you need the grip, sometimes being too close to a car, it's safer to back it off and get the grip in the car than trying to be right up behind someone, because if you lose the aero, there goes Simo.
There's a little mistake. You can hear him, he's just got himself going again.
Yeah, he's running a bit wide there.
So, for all our viewers watching, just wondering what might have happened there with damage-wise. We actually have damage off for this this event.
For that exact same reason.
It's just because every other series we run, we usually have damage on. And it's just all for this series anyway. It's just because it's such a long track, so if cars were going to be severely damaged,
it's going to make people...
it
could take minutes.
Long way to get back around.
And people get disencouraged because they're crashing and they go, oh, now I'm going to make another pit stop. So the safer option was turn damage off. You're not going to go any faster by grinding on the wall there. Simo's just dropped 4 seconds. Do some more wall grinding. Yeah,
so you can see that still affects the performance. So the guys up front, you can see that they're probably running a lot of a faultless race, not too many incidents, so it's still, the cream still comes to the top, even with the damage off. And,
here we go.
Yeah,
Sato's
just
closed
keeps
up
the
on
enjoyment factor in.
Sato's closed up on gear. There's BMW
Yeah, that
versus
classic
Ford.
8 racing Ford, and the battle for third here is well and truly on.
Oh, Sato
He's really checking the suspension of that BMW. It's a bit risky. Takes the high side, then drops it back in the into the carousel. There, it looks like the back of the Porsche has P plates on. Oh, there he goes. He's just, that aero wash that you just mentioned about getting too close, Darky. I think that just showed proof there to Sato getting way too close.
I think it also might be gear might have been taking a bit cautious through a corner and then caught that Sato out. Because it happened to me when I was catching Sato. He braked a couple of corners where I wasn't expecting him to. So like, safest options to do what Sato did was just aim it for the wall and just wall grind it and not spin him. Hopefully you'll find. But he's caught up all that time now. So gear doesn't look comfortable. The car looks twitchy. And trying to pass around the North Shore is quite difficult. You have to. There's only a few spots, unfortunately. Oh, his gear makes it quite easy for him. Is he going to lose it? No, he doesn't.
No, he was off the throttle there. He knew he made the mistake, so he did the right thing and let Sato through. Didn't want to challenge it.
So Sato's now jumped up into. Oh, they both go on the grass here. Sato's now jumped up into third.
And what, he's about 37 seconds behind second now with Aussie Carters in the Ferrari.
Oh, you got to be careful of those curves there, Sato. Surprisingly, there's heaps of curves around this track, but the cars do not like it. So it's
how many curves are there? There's about 80.
More like 800.
We might get someone on the chat might be able to let us know roughly how many corners. I think there's around about 88 or so corners.
I thought it was like 130 corners around this track. I think it was something like that.
Wow. Okay.
I think it was a ridiculous number of corners for this track. So
anyway, a lot to. It's a bit of a corners where you start getting the rhythm with sort of like a right and a left and a little bit of right and a right, and you sort of it sort of flows through. But then there's those ones that just tighten up on you that really catch you out.
As he's our lone Porsche who's entered in this series, so Night Havoc's trying to close on Sirius, as you can see him there.
Doing a tremendous job there, really battling here for 7th. As I said, the race from 6th down to 12th is well and truly on for all these guys.
That's
not much between them all.
Into the mini carousel now. Now that Porsche seems to handle the mini carousel quite nicely, actually. So
yeah, it didn't seem to have a wiggle or anything. So it's really
Dredge just popped out an 8:03 lap time
well.
to Carter's 8:19. So Cars has dropped a mountain of time.
So that's the fastest lap that we've seen so far in this actual race session, or this race from the session 1 and session 2. The previous was an 8:06.
Let's bring up the speedo for the Porsche and see what speed he gets down here. Just about 268. He should crack about 270, maybe 280 down the part of the hill here.
Yeah, he should get a little bit more.
Yeah, he should gain a lot more through here.
Coming downhill. Looks like it got to about 274.
Yep, 274.
His car looks very, very planted through there. He's got a
Simo's pitting.
Really
Simo is pitting. So
wow,
something's
is that
not
fuel
right
window
here.
Open for him?
No way.
Oh, maybe that's what it could be.
No way.
It's going to be tight to try and get to the end.
No, he's got fuel. Maybe his tyres aren't right. He decided to come in.
Yeah, but I'm saying if he's going to have enough now to get to all the way to the end with this fuel load, because he's going to be short, I think, by 1 lap, because, as we said, the fuel, you're looking around about anywhere from 10 to 13 litres a lap you need, depending on the car. And we've been seeing that we've been doing 12 laps, so the leaders normally going through to finish the race with about they're onto the 12th lap, and there's about 2 minutes remaining, so all the cars have to pretty much do an extra lap.
So tyres are done, so Simo's out. Here comes Dado, so Dado's going to jump Simo. So Simo's unfortunately something wrong with his tyres. I'd say maybe pressure's not right, or maybe decide to try and run hards, and the hards just aren't working. You decide, oh, I'm on the wrong tyres here. I've got to switch to the right tyres. So now he's on the back of Dado. So now it's Ford v Aston.
And this Chip Ganassi team had a great support through Lockie 5.5s for the first 2 sessions. So it's Highlander, the normal regular driver of this car. It hasn't been able to make the sessions this weekend. So I'm sure that they are very happy with the way that Lockie held that car into 5th, I think.
Simo's car looks way better now. It looks so much more grippier. He just literally almost...
You might be right.
I reckon he tried to run hard.
Maybe he tried to think about doing hards of the whole race without pitting or without stopping for tyres, but he would have still needed fuel. So
he wouldn't need fuel, but he's gassed up now, so he'll go a little bit further. But technically, his next stop, if he's adjusted his fuel and think it might be it will just be a quick splash and dash. So we will see Simo unfortunately come in again. So I highly doubt I think it's about 7 laps you're going to be able to do. We've only just started our 3rd lap now, so he's going to fall 2 laps short. So
there's no fuel conserving for that 2 laps around this track. It's not like a normal racetrack, as we've already explained. It's a very long 24 kilometres.
So let's watch
Simo.
Well, Dado runs right there. So let's watch Simo through this part here and see if his car looks more stable.
Run it all the way to the edge of the track, or to those cobblestones on the exit there.
Yeah, his car looks less twitchy now. Yeah, so something gone with the tyres, gone wrong. So either he's tried to run hards, or his tyre pressures were way too bad. But yeah, his car looks much more stable now.
So Dredd in the leading Corvette Chevrolet there is extended his gap by about 30 seconds to 40 now. There was a 10-second wait time from Aussie Carter, so he's
he is absolutely motoring right now. It's funny because when we started doing testing, he was not happy with this track at all. He did not like it. He's like, I don't like this track. I don't want to race this track. He said to me, like, if you want to, you can do all 3 sessions. Like, no, mate, come on, do some testing. When we started testing, he was 30 seconds off my pace, and then he just got a little bit quicker, then a little bit quicker, then a little bit quicker. Then the next time we tested, he was 8 seconds in front of my pace. He's gone, oh, I really like this track now. I was going, yeah, you just need to drive it more. So
yeah, it's definitely the more you drive it, and that's why it's such a challenging track for any driver. And even if you're just running laps, it's still so enjoyable when you just gain those little bit of seconds here and there, and you can find you can start chewing a lot of time off your lap time. The more you start committing to some of these corners.
Oh yeah, the more you know, the funner it is. Like this part here is sketchy. It's like if your car's set right, you can take that flat. If your car's not, you just got to lift a little bit, and that's a flat out corner. It's hard to see. And then you come to this corner, it's flat out, but the car wants to drop and get all wiggly. And this is flat out again all the way through here. And there's a bump there, and the car wants hooked right. And you're still flat out. You just got your foot mashed to the pedal here. Come up to this corner, you can either brake or lift and coast it through here, but then you've got to get the car slow down for this fast but tight corner. And don't touch those curves, they'll spit you out, and then you come to the mini carousel. You drop it in or you stay on the high side.
Yeah, it's very tricky there because you want to take that corner fairly fast, and having that carousel just seems to upset all the car.
Yeah, and that little corner just there, that little first bit of curve is a lift corner. You've got to lift the throttle and then you mash the throttle and away you go. So let's see what the speed of Dredd does down. Oh, he's running a lot less fuel, actually. He's going to be pitting early. Oh, no, we've done 3 laps.
Looks like he's...
he's done 3 laps. We've done 3 laps.
That's right.
Well, that's not a lot of fuel, but we've done 3 laps, so that's, 30-odd litres he's already burned, so... The 273.
And the undercut can be absolutely huge as well, talking about pit stops as well. We found the evidence there last night with Commander Cirrus. He stayed out 1 extra lap than majority of people. Everyone was pitting, I think, on roughly lap I think it was 6 or 7. I can't quite remember.
End of lap 6. Started at 7.
Yeah, and he elected to stay out for that 1 extra lap. And as he said, he had about a 20 or 30 second lead on the pack that which I was amongst that pack with him, and
wow,
we basically came back and chewed that lap over a lap, and we were
that's
right
a
on
big
his
difference in
gearbox
fuel.
before he pitted.
That is a big difference in fuel from Garda's. Garda's got like 20 litres on Dread, so...
Yeah, it could be the fuel capacity though too, as we know.
Yeah, I think
there's such a variation. We got.
I think the Ferrari's pretty close
88
to the...
litres.
I think the Ferrari might be close to the Corvette. That's what speed he gets down to here.
Yeah.
Just clicking 276. So we will see Dredd in earlier. So either Dredd's going to go for that early pit stop. But one of the key things around here, it's not actually your fuel, it's your tyres. If your tyres go away, then you're in for a rough old trip around here. So.
Definitely. It's not like you can sort of say on a normal circuit, hey, oh, my tyres are gone, and you come in the next lap. It's like it's equivalent of probably doing another 3 or 4 laps on a normal circuit before we can
let's see what
pit.
the Beamer gets up to down here. Well, 278, nearly 280, just about clicks 280. We'll be careful on
those
curve.
high curbs too.
Yeah, that can be dangerous because I saw him in stint 1 when we were battling. He lost it through there and backed it backwards into the wall through there. So Nurburgring should be... Here's the other Ferrari.
Oh, he's just getting some tyre temp, it looks like.
Yeah,
even down here.
Yeah, I think he's trying to keep his tyre temp. Oh, I didn't realise his gears dropped to Nurburgring as well. I didn't see that. Let's see what speed he gets up here in the forward.
Well, not just that, Nurburgring's actually passed Cirrus as well, because Commander Cirrus was in front of him too at the start of the race.
Yeah.
Of the session.
Let's see what this Corvette gets up to.
And we've got the Porsche Night Havoc getting closer again, staying with him.
Let's see what... So far the Beamer's been the fastest, just about clicking 280. So here comes the Corvette, let's see what he does. 276. 281, wow, he's... What's the Porsche? Porsche's 274. Let's see what this Corvette does of a logical sport. I think these guys are running a little bit less aero actually. Just here comes a Caleb. What does he do? Not quite 270. Oh, there he goes. Just clicks it. Here's Simo after his pit stop, so he's full of fuel. But apparently the car to be watching in straight line pace is the Aston Martin here.
Yeah, so we just picked up that. Yeah, obviously Commander Cirrus has more fuel than Dredd. So Dredd's obviously had a different setup, different strategy. He's obviously going to be putting more fuel in his pit stop. So he's obviously wanted to probably scare the opposition and put out some of these early lap times and really crush the opposition.
Well,
we'll be
I
waiting
think you need about
for more fuel.
I think you need about 50 seconds for a pit stop. So, oh, look at this. Let's watch the Aston Martin. He's already at 280. 285.
285.
Quickest thing in the straight line around here.
Geez, those brakes will be working extra hard on that Aston Martin, pulling it up.
That is correct. Oh, runs a bit wide there. Night Havoc on the GP circuit.
As you can see now, there's no more shadows on the GP circuit that you were talking about earlier, Darky. It's all fully bathed in sunshine now. And
So
they're using obviously the 24-hour chicane here. That's not the tight one. It's a nice flowing third gear chicane through there now.
Yeah, so let's follow the Porsche through the first part of the Nordschleife here. Yeah, so on the power here, this corner's flat out. Let's see if he lifts. Yeah, he just does. And so this corner can trick you out because you think, oh, it's way faster, and then all of a sudden the track banks and you got to hook it into the right. So you got to be careful. And this is nice and flowy through here. And you can touch that curve just. You can't touch one. Be careful on that one on the right there. And this corner really, you know, it's quite faster than what you actually think it is because it's quite easy to get through there. And then you're on the power. So he's catching Cirrus. I think Cirrus has got the straight line pace over Night Havoc, so as soon as you get to the straights, the Corvette's pulling away, but I think the Porsche might be up over the jump here. And he's just lifting through there.
Just lifting a little bit.
Yeah, he can't seem to keep it flat through there, because that would be a big bonus for him to keep it flat through there. Now you got this long section. You wouldn't think this is a fast part, but it is. Then you come on to the most trickiest corner. This corner here, the car gets light, so you got to turn in earlier. The car wants to run wide and it gets all sketchy, and then you got to have hard on the brakes and get down to. So I'm in second gear, but then by the time I exit the corner, I'm into third. So it's quite a fast corner. So and you start heading down through here. Be careful of the curves because they want to spit the car out. As I believe this is the lowest part of the circuit right here. Don't touch that curb on the right because it will make you spin. You can lift the throttle right over that inside curb and you get the car settled to make this right hand here. This is a part of the track I do not like. I don't like this section here.
Yeah, it's all about compromising some of the parts of the circuit. You can't like every little bit of the track. So many corners to navigate past through.
That's it. And then next to that corner there is a flat out. You wouldn't think it, but it is. And then it's hard on the brakes here. And then you pick up a couple of gears and hard past there, and then hard on the brakes down here. And then get onto the power, and it's flat for this semi-chicane. You just got to be confident and just keep it planted and just hook it left and hook it right and don't touch the curb. And then it's a lift off here and let the car coast in and get on the power. So it's all about, a lot of corners are about compromise, and this is also, I think this is that might be the slowest corner of the track, I believe, I think. Oh no, turn 1, I think that and turn 1 says
fairly tight.
Yeah. So he's looking good in the Porsche.
Yeah, but actually on the Nordschleife, I think you're right that would probably be the actual slowest part of the circuit.
So that Porsche is looking very comfortable now, so it seems to have settled in now because he's catching seriously the rate. I reckon Sirius has pulled air off his car to make it quick and straight line, but it's not going to help him here in these twisty parts. That Porsche just gained on him like there's no tomorrow. So now we start, you don't look at this, but this is a hill. This all part is going uphill because you think, when you drive it, you think, why aren't it going any faster? Like you only get to 5th gear and you just sort of sit there, but because you're going up a hill, you don't think you're going up a hill. So this is a steep climb. Yeah, this is a steep part.
Oh, just running a bit wide.
So not having will have a draft here, so he should actually gain it, but there's a really fast left hand here where you need the aero grip. It's this one here. No, not that one. Sorry, this one here. Right through there. Oh, it just touches the grass. That's all right. That's another fast, flat-out corner there. So he's catching serious like there's no tomorrow. And hard on the brakes. Now we head towards the carousel. Let's see if they... Oh, Sirius dropped it in, but it popped out. Night Havoc's just redding out. So it really is a roller coaster track. It's up and down, and a lot of flowing, and a lot of flat out parts, and a lot of parts you sort of just coasting through.
Yeah, and even sim racing is still very hairy. I could just imagine real life drivers going around here too at 10 tenths.
Well, we are catching gear through gaming as well here, these three guys.
So here we go. This is going to end up being the battle for 5th position.
5th position. So there's Gear, and there's Sirius. So he's catching the thing, and then Night Havoc's catching both of them. So that Porsche must be really well settled, well suited to this track actually. And these guys are getting the best out of it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, Commander Jim had done a tremendous job in the 2 sessions that he ran in the Porsche. So handing it over to obviously to who we got, Night Havoc, and he's doing an absolutely brilliant job.
And Gear's doing some lawn mowing. Yeah, Gear doesn't look as comfortable in the car here. I don't know how much practice he's done in. Oh, here we go. Let's be careful here. Oh. That's what you got to be. Oh, Sirius done the same thing with the aero wash. Yeah, you got to be careful of those curves. As he's doing a bit more lawn mowing. So the key thing with these three guys here is not to try and be too close to this next part here and line yourself up to go down the dotted curve. Use the aero draft and just drag past him. Oh, his gear's gone wide. Oh, he's just tagged Night Havoc.
There we go. Another reason why damage is turned off for this pitting. Is... Sado's more than pitting. He's lost.
Bang.
He's retired. Gone. There we go, lap 5. The
Lap
end of the
5.
BMW team.
I think he got stuck somewhere.
Could have been a glitch where it was, so yeah, we don't know. But that's
it actually looked
the end
like,
of the BMW.
Yeah, because it actually looked like, because I think one of the guys said Sato had a crash, and he ended up sort of going into the old pit lane part, and then he had to reverse out. So that seems to like the second time something's happened like that. So,
Oh
well, lap 5 we've lost the BMW unfortunately. So that actually promotes Nurburgring to 3rd place now.
there you go, Nurburgring in that 3rd position, and got Gecko as well with Slide Science. Originally it was very hard to try and convince him to come into session 2 last night, and it was good that he did get in, because here he is, he's running in 12th now, so we'll take Nurburgring out of the points as well, because he's actually a wild card, so
his points don't count.
Get some points for 11th, so yeah, some valuable points coming his way. That's what it's all about. You got to be in it to
I just
get those points.
Dread's lap time in 8:01. So there's a potential Dread might crack the under the 8-minute mark here. So
he'll be getting close to needing to pits shortly too, I'd say.
I reckon Dread is going to. Let's bring up the wheel.
What were you saying? That was about 12.
It's
13
it's 11.
litres
The Corvette's 11 litres, but where is he on the track though? Sato's
only halfway through.
Yep, Sato's just disconnected. So, but he's retired from the race. So
that's a long way still to go.
2 laps. I reckon Dread's going to do too much with 20 litres. We'll see when he gets to the dotted curve. So he's catching on. I believe it is Gecko, because Gecko should be the last car. Let's bring up the track map. So, yeah.
Okay.
So he's closing on.
Gecko's still on the lead lap, so he's doing a great job when he's normally used to the Ferrari and jumping into this big heavy Chevrolet Corvette in the number 30 Apex Eaters car. Helping out Slide Science and Default Trap. Default Trap unfortunately got disconnected there in the practice session in session 1 and just couldn't make it with his internet connection into qualifying. And he didn't get into the start, so they fell down with a 10-minute wait time in session 2.
They also helped Gecko with
the
setup with the Corvette for this stint, so he said he seems to like it. Quite nice. He said, oh, how do you drive? I said, you just hang on. Just slide it everywhere and just hang on. There's not much you can do about it. So he pops up out of the carousel, so...
Yeah, some of these cars aren't really committing themselves into the carousel, are they? They're just sort of hanging a wheel just over the edge of it.
Yep. What's going on here? Why is this not...
Don't tell me you're about to disconnect.
No. Oh, okay. No, I'm having a few technical issues with my controller. It's being a bit dicky. That's alright. It's good now.
Alright.
So let's have a run back through the lead. So let's have a look at Talon here as he's reached on the GP circuit. We'll get rid of the speedo.
There's another driver that's benefited from the time compression too, and is doing a great job. Currently in 11th, but chasing down Dado Racer every little bit more, and has got a good chance of getting into the top 10.
That's it.
And with any, if any of the other guys actually have any other issues, he'll find himself higher up in that order.
This is Dado, so we're under the hour mark. So I think within, so the end of this lap is technically the pit window, so everyone should be able to make it to the end there. And then here's Simo on his way back. So he's pulled out from Dado after that pit stop 33 seconds. So yeah, so he's must have had either the wrong tyres or his tyres went right, and he's just punching out quicker times now, so his car looks more stable.
Yeah, fairly costly for the Chip Ganassi team because, as we've said, he's going to be a 2-stopper because he had to pit early to change.
Oh, there we
There we
go.
go. Keep it off the wall.
Well,
He's kept it off
does
the
he?
wall, but had
Almost
the
saved
old
it.
whip on the car.
Almost saved it.
That was almost a classic save.
Just couldn't hang on to that last little part now, so it's just dropped 10 seconds by the look of it.
And this is what normally starts happening to the guys too, with if they the tyres start getting a little bit mushy in the rears and also the fronts. The fronts go off, and then you've got that understeer, so you're battling understeerers at the same time. And
Also, I don't know how
not
well.
a nice feeling.
Also, I don't know how well the Ford is for a round check, because it is quite a long car, so it might be bottoming out a lot more than the guys would actually really appreciate. So it might make it a bit more sketchy. So they might have to have it at a higher ride height than they'd like. So I was watching Gear trying to close on.
Lockie 55s had that car going pretty good last night in the night session.
Yeah, so it might be one of those things that you might have to find the right little tweak to it, and it might become quite good here. So Gear Gaming appears to be picking up the pace a bit more.
Yeah, challenging the next Ferrari of the Caleb. Captain Cranky not being able to make this round, so I think the Caleb had, I'm just trying to think who we had driving as well. Just pulling it up here.
Let's have a look at Dread. Where's Dread? Dread's on the GP.
Speedy DeBandit actually helped.
Dread's going to cut this tyre, but he should be fine on the fuel. He's giving him about a litre to go.
Yeah, he's a master of the fuel, conservative, and
I think
calculations.
Gecko is not too far ahead of me. There's Gecko. Has Dread got past him,
just
actually?
on the background.
Yeah,
no,
there he is.
there he's there.
He's closing down
in the background.
So we should see him in this camera shot in a second, hopefully.
So you'd say that Gecko will probably fall a lap down this lap, but obviously with Dread then pitting, should put him back on that lap.
Yep.
He
has to get to him first. That's the first battle. So we've had reports that one Sirius is wearing a Ferrari shirt tonight. So let's have a look, see if we can see the red on him. Can't quite tell. Yeah, his car doesn't look quite happy. I reckon it's a little bit. I reckon he's pulled off a bit of air off the car to make it quick in a straight line, but it's not helping him around for most of the track. So
yeah, he's pulled away a little bit in this twisty section that he was where Night Havoc was obviously gaining a little bit on him in that Porsche. So it's hard to tell. Their lap times aren't too bad.
No, I think it's the speed. The speed down the Dodeka is the key thing. You know if someone's running less aero when their speed is quite high. So let's have a look at Sirius's speed and see what he cracks up to.
Yeah, so the previous lap they both did 22, so they're pretty matching the same lap time.
Mm, 271, 2. Three, 4.
So will any of these guys take the opportunity to have an early stop? But I don't think so. But as we said, Commander Cirrus went that one extra lap in the night session, and it caught him out. He lost a ton of time.
Yeah, but now the track's got a bit more temp. You might be that one extra lap might be able to pay off now. So. He's trying to catch you in the Caleb. It's a 2-second gap now. Sumo 40. Oh, he's off in the grass. He's off in the weeds. World's fastest lawnmower at that stage.
Maybe had a little bit of a moment of concentration span leaving him.
Yeah, maybe the sun distracted him a bit. He was looking at the castle to the right. Oh no, he's going for the pits. He goes gear. He's coming in. Start of
my bets he was just double checking or changing a few pit calls on the flight, which normally happens.
So we are. What lap is he starting? His 6th lap, or is he
Yeah.
commenced?
No, it will be.
Let's get.
He'll be
Yeah, so
starting
he's
his 6th.
starting his 6th. Oh, this might be a bit too early, I reckon, because those tyres take a bit of punishment here. I reckon potentially getting that 1 extra lap is the safest option, but but he's going to roll the dice here so he can gain some time.
Even though this is an hour and a half race, it's not quite halfway because we know that they're going to do that extra lap, so it blows it out to about an hour 40-minute race.
So Simo's now jumped gear. So he's still getting tyres.
So we're not quite halfway yet for the race duration.
Now rolling. Number 8 Ford Performance car. So Dred's pulled out a 1:13 lap time now. Where is he on the track? Okay, he's heading up towards the carousel now.
So the only thing that's going to really stop the Anderson number 21 Ben Anderton team is lap traffic and any incidents that may bring towards Dred.
Well, he's past Gecko. There's that blue dot behind him with the arrow, so he's ahead of Gecko now. So either Gecko gave him the room. There's Gecko. Gecko's into the carousel, so Gecko's down a lap, but Dred's going to be pitting this lap now. So.
I think Gecko had this opportunity to jump into the Corvette just to see where their weaknesses and strengths are, as he's in the leading Ferrari, the number 71 A&M racing team with Aussie Carter's currently in 2nd.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised. I'm actually surprised by the lap times that no one else is down at least at the 8-minute 10s. Like everyone's above the 8-minute 20s, like that. Like the times are really, I'm surprised they're quite slow actually, from what I was expecting to see. So even with the more grip.
In fairness, I think that Sato, like currently, I'm just looking at here. 8:07 was the fastest time that the Ferrari has been able to manage.
We got a message from Sato.
And then. Yeah, so he's not a happy camper by the sounds of things, Sato, but that's unfortunate, mate. So
apparently, Sato decided he's retired from Xbox. Yeah, statement from Sato, the man from his Smirch. That's me, Xbox done and dusted. My wheel just shaked itself to pieces. Happy to walk away for Le Mans victory, but it's PC racing is where it is. I'll be on from now. All right. Farewell, Sato. Drinks for you, boy.
That's all right. These things do happen.
Yep.
And the limitations that the consoles can have on some of the hardware. But anyway, he had a good showing, and I was going to say that the man that really could have put in some good lap times was that man, Sato, in the BMW. He was doing 8:06s, so
that's it.
It was unfortunate.
I was going to say, Sato, can you comment in the chat what happened to you? Because when we actually caught you, it appears to be you were entered in the old pit lane, or the North Shelfer pit lane. Did you ever crash and roll there, or spin in there, mate? Can you put that in the chat, please? So if we can get a word from him to see what actually happened to him. So let's have a look at the Porsche of Night Havoc.
And he's actually in front of Cirrus now.
Yeah, he's actually
made the move.
Yep.
And probably at the right time now, because these are now their in laps, so they're all going to try and put as much their quickest in lap, and then obviously their next lap out.
Well, it was close. I did say 1 litre. It was 2 litres.
Yeah, can't make it much
So
quicker.
Sato just pulled off there out of the way. Okay, thank you very much, Sato. So there goes Gecko. Gecko's got past back to the lead lap now.
Yeah.
This team isn't sponsored by Predator Safety Gear, as you can clearly see them this time around.
No, they're over in Germany. They haven't got that special gear out there for this team.
I think Gear's team had it, so fuel's done. So the tyres are getting done now by our mannequin pit crew, which is a bit of a shame. But they are changing tyres. Let's see. There's Aussie. He's not
He'd
pit lane
be-
yet.
He'd be actually probably full tanks now. Because did he start lower? Or?
I would potentially he should be full tank. Let's have a quick look. Bit shorter.
72, bit short.
And there we go.
Off
It's
he
done.
goes.
He's out of pit lane before Aussie's even went near pit lane.
Yeah, dominant display so far.
So even if he has to make a second pit stop for fuel, he'll be out before Aussie gets to him, as Aussie's going to do another lap.
So he's going to risk it, but he could come into the clutches of, or I wouldn't really say Nurburgring. Nurburgring's about minute 13 or so down the road.
Yeah, he's Nurburgring. So 2 Ferraris now running second and third.
Yeah, good showing by the prancing horse.
And the Porsche up into
Nurburgring was our
fourth.
wild card entry.
And the Porsche's up into fourth now, so...
Yeah, and I'm sure both those guys will be happy with the Porsche.
And this is the highest ranking Ford actually on classified standing, 8th. There is no Fords any higher than this. It's Corvette, Ferrari, Ferrari, Porsche, Corvette, Ferrari, Ford. The first Ford is down in 8th.
That's unbelievable, but they did start this session in 5th, so they've dropped a bit behind with Simo in the wheel there. But Commander Jim is absolutely ecstatic, I'd say, seeing that Porsche at the moment in 4th and got a fighting chance to actually get that final podium spot. Nurburgring has been shown to make a few mistakes late in his session, so it's definitely not out of the cards here.
No, but technically, once you actually remove Nurburgring from as he comes into pit lane now, actually remove him from the standings, Night Havoc will technically finish 3rd if he can stay there.
Yeah, we won't be out of the standings. He'll be actually just out of off the point. So his position will stand on the results, but he won't get those points.
Yeah.
But the points will go to 4th. Like 3rd will go to 4th. You are correct, Darky.
Yeah. So a technical 3rd, but not an official 3rd.
That's right.
So fuel going into the Ferrari and the S&P 72 Ferrari. Let's see if the Porsche comes in. And no, Porsche continues for another lap. What about Sirius? Sirius coming to pit lane. Hard on the brakes.
He learnt. This is a lap that he should have done in the night session.
Logical sport.
It's going to get very busy in pit lane.
So Night Havoc now up to 3rd now. So he'll get one more lap out. Tyres getting done on Nurburgring's car.
But it'd be interesting to see. So he was about
Corvette,
30,
and he's been released.
About 36 seconds behind Nurburgring at the time.
Yeah.
I can't quite remember. So maybe if we can just see how far, once the time settles, just to see how far Night Havoc's in front of Nurburgring. Just see if he loses out a bit of time once he comes back.
And here comes the Caleb. So everyone's doing pit stops now. Or Simo wanted to do pit stops because he's already done.
If the tyres are going off, we know what happened with Commander Cirrus. Yeah, so we'll just see what the difference is when the Porsche pits and when he comes out, if he's kept that gap, if it's roughly that or if it's blown out.
It's one Corvette's underway now. Go passes back into 5th. So Logical Sport should be rolling next year. Let's see if Gear's not near pit lane yet. There goes the Logical, he's rolling. The Sirius is back onto the track now, 40 minutes remaining, so he's fueled up, good to go to the end. He is 30 seconds behind Nurburgring.
And is that the Caleb coming for the pits as well, I think?
Yeah,
Caleb's still in the pits, he was already
still in pit lane.
Yeah, okay.
So, Night Havoc, he's 30 seconds ahead of Nurburgring, 30 seconds ahead of Sirius. So, Night Havoc should, if he can keep a clean lap and maybe pull a bit of timing, he should jump out just ahead of Sirius here for 5th. So, he has to do it, if this is his in-lap, he might be able to go 2 more laps here, but will the tyres hold up? So we'll just have to wait and see.
That the telling factor is it's going on here.
Yep, the Caleb's got out ahead
of and the Caleb.
Dado's now entered pit lane.
So yeah, what I was going to say that obviously Night Havoc is actually battling for third between him and Nurburgring, so it's going to be the more tyres more than fuel. The tyres are the things that are going to start slowing these guys down. So when they go off, they go
the Porsche
off.
might be, but the Porsche might be very gentle on its tyres. That's one thing we're not
Exactly
concerned
right.
on. If it's gentle on its tyres,
What
he's got better tyre life. That might, come into his advantage. So we'll just have to wait and see.
Exactly right. And we've seen how settled the Porsches looked, haven't we? Every time we see the Porsche, we've commented how stable it looks. So he's not really fighting the car, whereas a lot of these guys are really hanging on a few sections of the track, which is obviously adds to the tyre wear.
So there we go. There's out of pit lane. As the Aston Martin now rolls. As Talon goes on for another lap. Will he get data by the end here?
Yeah, he should get it. Oh, it's going to be close.
Just,
I thought he would, but
just got him. But Talon will still need to make a pit stop here. So
how much fuel is Talon running at the moment? We have a look on the display.
20 litres.
20 litres. So
I will
again,
say
he's
pitting next lap. Next lap he's pitting.
Yeah.
So we should see. Oh, Talon runs.
Just running it out wide.
So we should see Gecko this lap. We should see Aussie this lap. We should see Night Havoc this lap. We should see Silvers. No, he pitted.
No, he pitted. I think nearly everyone's pitted other than Gecko.
And Simo have to repeat again, unfortunately. Yeah, Simo's going to have to repeat.
Yeah, unfortunately, he had the wrong tyres on, I'd say, unless he had it selected as the wrong ones before he started up, readied up.
Yep, so we'll just have to wait and see and hear from the man. So maybe the lightness of the less fuel in the Ford might actually give him a bit of advantage to close down the gap on Electrical Sport now. Oh, big engine revs.
So yeah, Aussie will be obviously coming into pit, as you said, this lap, and that'll obviously then give us a true indication of the gap that Dredd will have on second place, because Aussie Carters has a free pit stop over Nurburgring. Nurburgring.
Oh, there you go, Simon ran a bit wide again.
And Night Havoc has to pit in that Porsche, so yeah, we should see all these positions change within the next 10 minutes or so.
Depends on what Night Havoc can do lap time wise. If he can pull the gap on Sirius, he should pop out in front of him. If Sirius can close the gap down, he should get him by the pit stop. So pit stops are about 50 seconds, I think. But about a minute, 50 seconds. So it'll be touch and go. So we'll see.
And you can see that Night Havoc actually, once he cleared himself away from that Corvette of Commander Cirrus, he's actually did an 819, whereas he was running the 822s with Commander Cirrus.
So if he can run a faster lap time now.
Yeah, so that'll be the telling factor, because obviously when we're thinking that he could have pitted, his actually tyres are in good condition, and I think you've hit the, hit it right on the nail. Nailed it. Is that he's on the head, whatever you want to say.
Some analogy like that is what we're trying to spit out here.
Yeah, it'll come out eventually out of me. I'm not too. I always get tongue twisted, but yeah, you absolutely got it corrected. Maybe his tyres. He's been that Porsche has been able to look after the tyres a lot more than
that. Also just shows you the gap between Aussie, between the first two and third. Aussie's here in pit lane next to the blue dot. That first white dot all the way down the other side of that track map, that's Night Havoc. That's how big of a lead these two cars have over the rest of the field. They are literally almost when they're one end of the track, the other field's at the other end of the track. So,
well, yeah, that's pretty much the sector, isn't it?
Yeah, that is
sector,
literally
full sector.
Yeah, full sector in a bit. So
here they are filling up that fuel, the race fuel, into that Ferrari.
Oh, Gecko's going an extra lap, has he? Yeah, Gecko will be pitting this lap, so he's going an extra lap. He's going quite far on fuel actually, so he's going to go one more lap.
Remember though, he stayed on the grid for 7 minutes as well, so that would have saved a bit of fuel.
Yeah. So tyres getting
with
done
our
on the
time
Ferrari right
compression
now.
that we had. This is a third session. We've had 2 sessions. Each session that we're doing of the 3 sessions of the simulated 24 hours is a 95-minute long.
Oh,
And
the
that'll
Ferrari's out of pit lane now.
basically
Let's have a look at the gap now.
×5 time compression. I mean advanced time ×5. That gives 8 hours per session.
A minute
simulated.
30 Dred's got. Dred can do another pit stop and still come out in front.
Yeah, he can put some fresh tyres on and go for the fastest lap. Well, he's already got the fastest lap, but he might try and get it into the 7s and really show up the opposition.
Alright, so here comes the Porsche. Let's see if the Porsche pits his lap now. Is he making his break for pit lane?
Yeah,
yes, he is. Here he goes.
So this is going to be interesting to see what the gap when he comes out. Nurburgring should be in front of him as long as Nurburgring hasn't made a mistake.
Nurburgring will get him. So let's see where Nurburgring is. Nurburgring's going to get him. It's Sirius is the one I'm interested in. Sirius is just getting onto the Doddeker now. So
yeah, he was in front of Sirius, wasn't he? But yeah, obviously that's where he might have if his tyres wore out a little bit and he's slower that last lap. Yeah, obviously Commander Sirius could get that 4th position back from Night Havoc.
So here comes Nurburgring to reclaim 3rd place back again.
Yeah, but when he pitted in, there was a 30-second difference between him and Night Havoc. So we just want to see what that difference will be.
To Sirius, that's the one I'm interested in. So let's have a look at Sirius. Sirius is coming into the thing now. He needs to be rolling soon. The tyre's getting done now. Well, Sirius might jump him here.
Yeah, so staying out that one extra lap might have cost him. He's just coming now. It's going to be very close. I think there was only about a 3-second gap between these two.
How close is he to pit lane exit? Because that's going to be the key. Nah, the Corvette's just... Oh, this could be tight.
Oh,
the Corvette's just going to sneak past him. Just sneak past him due to Superb. But he's now Night Havoc will have the better grip for these last few laps than over Sirius because you have more tyres to play with. So let's see what Night Havoc can do. He can see his target. He's a minute and a half or second and a half in front of him. So let's see what he can do. Here comes Simo for his 2nd pit stop, unfortunately.
Yeah, so where's him at the moment? 7th position. So the Caleb looks like he's going to get him. He's coming on to the GP circuit now.
Yep. So then the next car is Gear's going to get him too. But then where's Talon? Talon is not going to get him. He's nowhere near.
He's a bit further behind.
So Simo will drop another spot here in a second.
2 spots?
Yeah, 2 spots, unfortunately.
But he's got the pace to be able to gain those 2 spots by the end of the race. There's still 30 minutes remaining. Oh, and as Gear...
Maybe he might actually keep that spot now because he's just got I need some tyres due to the wall.
Now he's struggling.
Now he's rolling. The Gear just goes past now.
And Gear 3 Gaming, he's our active YouTube channel content guy in, what is it, the Triple Crown Racing? Or whatever.
That is correct.
Triple Crown. And so he spends a lot of time doing that, and obviously
1.8 seconds.
To try and get a little bit more practice into his racing, because he's just struggling around this track tonight.
Night Havoc's just dropped a little bit of time here to Sirius, but we'll see what happens at the end of the race. He's got half an hour to get to him. So Gecko should be the last car to pit now. 9.5 litres.
Yeah, so Weary Night, obviously in that number 8 Classic Racing in the first 2 sessions, got him up as high as 3rd, and Gear has just dropped those positions down into 8th, and really struggling off pace. I think that's what we were saying.
Pitting now, as there goes Dado.
Yeah, and what we were saying at the very top of the broadcast too, Darky, with Dred, your teammate, out in front at the moment, he was about 30 or 40 seconds off your time which wasn't too shabby of an 807 in race trim. So for Dreb to find those over that period of time in practice, spending those hours, he's been able to probably find about 40 odd seconds.
Oh yeah,
he's sort of lapping.
What,
We've seen the lap time of an 801 from him at the moment. And so that's a good 6 seconds faster that you managed. And so there's a lot to be gained the more laps you do around this track. It is a very hard track to you know, really commit yourself to.
Yeah, it's a track where you need.
It's about breaking it down.
Yeah, you need to learn the track into sections, not learn by corner. Learn it by section. Go, right, this section's going to be to left, right. Okay, next section's going to be left, right. You know, once you break it down into sections, then you can start going. Okay, then you can start pushing for corners. So you got to know the sequence. Then you can do the. Where is Gecko?
And
actually, Gecko's in pit lane now.
He's in the pit lane. There are some parts.
How much fuel did he get? 6.9.
Yeah, not as close as Dredd. He only had 2 litres coming in, but
that's it.
Yeah, but there's quite a few corners where you can.
That's it. Flash or crash from Gecko.
There's a few flat sort of flattish curbs that you can gain a lot of time by just running and widening that track a little bit around the Nordschleife as well. And obviously, as we know, there's some real steep curbs that you just want to stay clear of. Oh
yeah, there's some monster curbs around here. There goes Dredd with an 804.
That's Dredd. Yeah.
804 for that lap time, so. Let's bring up the track map to see where everyone is in the track now. So Gecko's in pit lane. So everyone's look at that gap between Dredd and GP. So that first white dot. Yeah, that first white dot is Aussie Carter's. That shows you what a minute 37 gap is.
Yeah, it's a big gap, but Aussie Carter's obviously just got to keep it together because Nurburgring will be ready to pounce. But this is a battle really for third. Night Havoc, Cirrus and Nurburgring. So how far is Cirrus from Nurburgring?
30 seconds.
26 seconds.
He's quite a distance down the road, so. But he's got half an hour, which is at least, we're in lap 9, so we'll go to lap 13. So we've still got 4 laps, but that's still like 80 kilometres plus to get him. It's a long way if you think about it. It's like, oh yeah, we've only got like 4 laps to go or something like that. It's still like nearly 100 kilometres of distance to get to him, so.
Yeah, Commander, we have got Night Havoc. He's behind Cirrus at the moment. He's pitted, so they're all. This is the run to the flag now. So that's for position for. Actually, they're battling for 4th, but as we said earlier, Nurburgring, who's a wild card entry.
Oh, they go third. Cirrus doing real.
His points will carry through to 4th. So 4th place will actually get 3rd place points if Nurburgring stays in 3rd, and it'll go on down from there.
Oh, here comes the sun. The sun's starting to come into maybe the driver's eyes again now.
Yeah, well, they'll finish actually with it fairly dark. 4 p.m. In their winter time, it gets fairly dark, so it'll be lights on again, especially with the extra lap with times 5 time. So 8
is up in his lap
5.
Time. 0.7 of a second.
An extra 40 minutes. So it'll be close to finishing roughly around 5 p.m. in game time, just before.
Into the mini carousel right now. Oh, he chooses to stay high on it.
So yeah, Night Havoc only just under
about
4
seconds.
About 4 seconds behind.
Yeah, it's just sort of maintain that 4 second gap. So, oh, Cirrus running wide. Don't want to touch the grass.
Ooh, he's actually had to lift off a little bit there.
That's it.
He's got the pace.
As you can see, if you look to the right of the screen where the track map is, you can see the castle. Yeah, just on the right there, behind the trees.
Yeah, famous castle they talk about.
That's it. what speed he's doing. 273, 274, 275. Nearly 280.
Yeah, I saw 280 on my screen.
The sun is starting to come, so you can see the sun reflected on the camera there. So that means it's starting to get into the driver's field of view now. So look at that, he's pulled out 3.
Yeah,
I think the pace of the Corvette down straight, he's pulled out a 2-second gap over Night Havoc. So just in that one part.
The finish, we'll see that sun really shining in their eyes coming into turn 1. It'll be a challenge, especially after they've been behind the wheel for over an hour and a half. So fatigue will be setting in. Some will start getting their numb legs, a few little pains here and there. And
so you can see the
Who are we on here? Night Havoc on it. Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. The Porsche is very, very quiet around this track, so
yeah. I wish I could have a little thing to turn the volume up. I can't at the moment bring up the volume, but
so Night Havoc's having a good run. I think Night Havoc's
having an excellent run.
Is way more better in the twisty parts. I think the fuel's got to come off the car, then he'll start running better lap times. So we'll see what happens this next lap, because Sirius picked up his pace down into the 818s.
Yeah, so Night Havoc's obviously just getting himself back in. The tyres everything will be all in operation. He's done that full lap now after pitting. And but Sirius has actually extended that gap out just a little bit.
Yeah, I think that was due down to the speed of the Porsche. Porsche isn't quite reaching 280. I think it's just croaking over to about 270. So 10k speed difference down the Dodica Her is a big advantage right now. So Night Havoc has to close up on him through this also. I think he might be running a bit more aero to get to this part of the track faster. So he needs to use this to close right up on him and get an aero draft.
So also, we're just having a look here. Also, Logical Sports in the number 50 McCool Chevrolet. He started in 10th, currently running 6th, and chasing down Night Havoc as well. So I said at the top of the broadcast too, from 12th to 6th, they're all going to be fighting a possibility of a top 6 finish. So the Caleb's just probably fallen off the pack here. So it looks like we're going to have a good battle.
He was 2 seconds slower than
Commander
Logical
Sirius,
Sports.
Night Havoc and Logical Sports before the end of the race.
Let's see, where's Simo here? So Simo's fueled up, good to go to the end now. Oh, a bit of lawn mowing again.
Trying to obviously bridge that gap to the Caleb.
Seen quite a few Fords do a bit of lawn mowing, so let's have a look at one of the other Ford lawnmowers that we've seen do that as well with Gear 3 Gaming.
Yeah, but to be
there
fair,
he is a bit more again.
I think
he's gone.
There we go. Flat spot on those tyres.
And he goes.
Don't think he's having a good time, but I'm sure Weary Knight in the garage will not be happy to see that. Gave him the car in 3rd position, and he's dropped 6 positions in this session.
He's 43 seconds ahead of Dado. The big V8 Aston Vantage, so
yeah, and Talon he's creeping up to take that spot. Talon started about a minute 15 or so behind, and he's now 42 seconds behind Dado. And Dado's been making a few little mistakes here and there, so don't count Talon out.
Speaking of mistakes, see, there's another Ford lawnmower.
Yeah, unfortunately with those Fords, they've got a history here in this session.
Yep. The all-new Victor Ford lawnmower.
And there we're looking at, I just saw, I don't know if it was right, but it looked like Night Havoc had closed that into around about 3 seconds again on RS5.
Nah, still 5, so he's not really gaining right now in this session. Either his tyre pressures after the pit stop haven't come in yet, or they're not right and the car's not handling it as nice. But we'll see what happens after, because he's, sometimes the tyres might need an extra lap to come in. Yeah, so he just gained a second just then. Oh, the Sirius had made a mistake then.
So a solo driver, Nurburgring 79 in the number 72 SMP Racing, currently racing in third position, has done a tremendous job at the moment. And what has he got? He's got about a 25-second gap from fourth. So he's been doing a great job there, doing this whole what is it? We did 95 minutes, 3 95-minute sessions.
Yep, the only man to do
all
all three of them. So.
And at the start of this session, he said, "Oh, here we go." And these are the things that started happening to him last night, late in the session, when tyres were going off, and he started running and spinning it a couple of times. So that gap of 22 seconds is not safe.
He pitted early, didn't he?
He did. He came in a little bit earlier. He came in with the other guys, I think.
He's got enough fuel to make it.
I think he came in with Cirrus. He came in and Cirrus came in as well. If Cirrus followed him, I think.
Ah, yeah. Sure, I remember, Val. If he pitted in a lap earlier, so...
No, that was all around that lap 7.
Let's have a look at one of the other Ferraris out there as well. The Caleb 137.
Yeah, doing well. Had Speedy to Bandit help him out as well in the first session.
This whole group basically is almost like from third it's like 30 seconds. Sirius is like a bit, between not having a little bit, but everyone else is like 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds. Like it's just groups of 30 seconds behind each other. So.
Yeah, so still, as we said, we can probably put an extra rough 10 minutes on this timer because they will be doing an extra lap. So there'd be around, or we say about 25 minutes probably remaining for Dread. Those 17 minutes on the counter, but put a few more for that extra lap.
Well, the question is, if he's got like a minute to go for the countdown, he might go, do I want to do the extra lap or do I just park it and wait for it? Because he's got a 2-minute lead. He's literally got a 2-minute lead. He could literally go, I'm going to stop, wait for the countdown, and then just trundle over. But we'll see if that happens. Dread might want to get that extra lap in just to make it more painful for everyone else to get that extra lap in. So.
Well, again, as well, he wants to probably, if he only does 11 laps, every other session we've done 12, so...
yes, he is catching someone. And he's up in his lap time too.
Late in the race. It's probably the perfect track conditions at the moment for a good lap at the moment.
Yeah, because I say the next lap the sun's going to get a little bit more tricky. So he's closing on Talon. Talon's just a bit up the road.
Probably about 2 p.m. in game time roughly at the moment.
Yeah, I'll say that's about right. So you can just hear the Ford just out of reach here of the Corvette.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at that Ford. So he's literally just a couple of corners ahead of him. So Dread will most definitely probably catch Talon, I reckon, this lap. So it's just a matter of when will he catch him. So let's go back to the
Porsche. Northlife bathed in a lot of
he's gained 2 seconds on him. Might have a gain 2 seconds on Sirius then.
Yeah, a little twitch or something like that. You never know.
Yeah,
so Analogical Sports seems to be following. So
there he is. He went back out.
Could be just Sirius made a little bit of an incident.
I think these three might close up on each other by the end here, so...
I think that's without question.
It's on the cards. It's definitely on the cards, because looks like Illogical is closing on Night Havoc here in the Corvette. There he's there, so they're all pretty close to each other.
Well, you don't have to look at that previous lap time there, Darky. I just looked at it myself, and with a 8:15 or 8:16.
Way faster than
last lap. Faster, 2 seconds faster than Night Havoc and 3 seconds faster than Cirrus.
And Night Havoc was a second faster than Cirrus, so...
Yeah, so Cirrus made a little mistake.
Yeah.
Because we saw
Aussie
Nine
had
actually
Aussie
doing
had a
8.18s
terrible lap
before he
time
came in for the pit
8:21
stop.
actually. He had a terrible lap time that last one, 8:21. That's... We would expect a little bit quicker than that. Looks like everyone's lap times are starting to all, you know, drop in and out. His was a 9-minute lap that last lap. That's atrocious. An 8:55. He's doing more long. He's
like
doing more lawn mowing. If he keeps this up,
Talent
actually
at
might...
9.29.
Yep. There's Dredd catching on Talent. Oh, another Ford lawnmower. So Dredd's definitely going to catch him before we know it here.
Yeah, it's definitely been a challenge for all the drivers here for round 4 of the Global GTE Championship.
That's
around
it.
this Nurburgring combined circuit for 24-hour time progression. We'll be back to our normal 2-hour, 20-minute races.
Next round.
Oh, well, yeah, 70-minute races, 2 sessions, so all up the race timers of 2 hours 20.
Dredd's actually going to catch Talon at the right spot, actually.
Right spot. He almost was in the wrong spot.
Just about. I was like, Dredd's going to catch him on the door to go, but Talon, lucky enough, we got the spin and Dredd just popped out right in front of him. So GTE game has a time penalty now. So
yeah, well, looks
that
like
very slow turn 1. I reckon he's made a mistake
coming on
then.
to turn 1, yeah.
So let's go back to...
Yeah, so...
Oh, not
having
having past Cirrus.
Well, there we go. So Cirrus
has made a mistake somewhere, and the Porsche now got ahead into 4th.
Yep. Yeah, and obviously Cirrus now is in the clutches of Illogical Sports, who's, as we've said earlier, has made a ton of positions.
Let's see. Yep, there is all. Quick question, what's the quick wrap-up? Just joined on and everyone's all over the place. That's the key thing. Alright, Dre's out in front, destroying everyone by 2 minutes, just about lucky. Aussie's holding down 2nd. Nurburgring has jumped up into 3rd. Nine having in the Porsche is actually having a particularly good run. He's worked his way to 4th. Commander Cirrus's been a yo-yo up and down. He's now to 50th. Logical Sport we're watching right now is the 6th. The Caleb is in 7th. Simo had a early pit stop due to some unknown reason. He's at to 2 stoppers, so that's dropped him a mountain time. Gear 3 Gaming appears to be doing lawn mowing as much as he can. Dado is just having a Dado race, just struggling. Talon is having a pretty good race, just at the back here, and God Gecko has swapped in for the Apex Eaters slide signs, and your boy Sato will decide to disintegrate himself, so he's retired from this race.
Yeah, and yeah, Weary Knight obviously is saying that there definitely was no lawn mowing action from his car when he had control of that number 8 Classic Racing. So
he had
maybe
the
it was a
superior ride
super
on
pit
Lamar.
stop where they, well, maybe, or
Is that
maybe they
Dado?
added those
yeah, it
blades
is.
in.
Dado's going to go down a lap here.
So, but unfortunately as
Well,
well
Dado
for Lockie 5's and that Jim Ganassi Racing handing over Simo in 5th. He's obviously, as we said, we think that he may have accidentally started on hards. So that's unfortunate for Simo. And he had to make an extra
closed up a lot with Dado actually.
And then had to do another one for fuel.
Dado must have had another incident because his lap time was a 9:05, and Talon's closed up on 6 seconds on Dado.
Yeah, as I said, like anything can happen with his talent. Definitely fighting for this 10th spot after have to have a wait time in session 2 for 10 minutes. That team has absolutely done wonders to hold in, and it just shows from 12th. We could say he was dead last, and he's now 13th. He's looking to get 10th. There was those questions there from some people about sometimes you're thinking that 10 minutes was a long wait, and there was no hope and they didn't really want to race, but it just shows if you do hold in there, he's in the thick of it for some good points.
Luckily for Dado, because I don't think he's a big fan of the track, technically he won't have to do an extra lap now. Because he's now behind the leader, he's down 1 lap. So technically his race will finish 1 lap earlier than he would have actually will be doing. So Dado's actually going to be probably secretly happy that he's secretly not have to do an extra lap here. So
yeah. So it looks like Illogical hasn't been able to do much as far as catching. He was closer before, but he's dropped away. I'm just trying to look at the times. Yeah. He's still faster the previous time. He did it 8:15.
Yeah.
Oh, they're about to finish, aren't they? That's right.
Yeah, no. They're at the other half of the track now. They've still got like a quarter to go.
Right, yeah. It was so long ago that we mentioned about those times. Unbelievable.
Yeah, so 9 seconds between
time for a lap around here.
9 seconds between Dado and Talon, so yeah, Dado's very backing it off now.
If Dredd goes for it and wants to get 12 laps down like every other session, there's still, as we're saying, there's still about another 15 minutes remaining.
Well, let's bring up the track map to see where he is. Where is he? Yeah, he's on the other. Yeah, he'll get an extra lap in easily. Yeah. But he'll do this lap, the next lap, and that's it. Race over. So we should see 3 cars on the Dodge her, which should be these 3.
Knight leading that charge in 4th position.
Well, here's the question. Sirius is pretty quick in a straight line here. Let's see if he can gain up some time on him. Because we know that Corvette is a lot quicker than the Porsche. If you look at the Porsche speedo, he's not even doing 270, and that Corvette is definitely doing will do 280 down here. So he's 10k faster. So we'll see if that plays out by the end here.
Well, it's not too shy. 276 on that little run into the dip.
Yeah, so he's not losing too much time. So yeah, so Sirius just gained in a second on him then. Yeah, so the Porsche is not as good in the straight line, but as soon as he gets into all the twisty parts, he's just that. I think they're a fraction bit better than Sirius is. So let's look at their lap times. Yeah, it's 27 for Sirius. Dropped to mountain time. So let's have a look at Logical Sport. Let's see what lap time he does now. 8:20. Yeah, he made a mistake too. An 8:25.
Yeah, compared to the 8:16 that he did the previous lap. So as it's wearing on, as we said, the fatigue's setting into a lot of these drivers.
Aussie Carters has decided to come to the party with lap times now for an 8:09. So there's only 2 cars like down that low. Like everyone else, I'm quite surprised. It's way higher than I would have thought. So.
Oh, Logical just on that curb. It didn't seem like he could get that power down in that Chevrolet then. He was treading carefully.
Let's have a look at Gear 3 Gaming. Oh, there we go. Low moment again.
Oh, I don't think we really want to be watching Gear too much more. I think that's breaking Weary Knight's heart, seeing that all the time.
He's going to have a pit stop to empty the grass catcher in the front of his Ford soon. Oh, he's gone again.
Oh, no.
That was a spin. There's a good chance Dado could get Gear, actually. If he keeps doing that, he is... Sato's commented classic Gear.
So,
he's about to watch
Dado get him. We could even get Talon. Talon could even jump into 9th position if he gets Dado as well. So, you never know. With Gear 3 Gaming.
Let's have a look at Talon. There he goes. He's right on the back of Dado now.
This is a battle. Worth watching this.
Dado's on the grass.
This is where you just a bit of patience Talon needs to show a bit of patience because
that can happen. There he goes.
Because Dado has just run wide.
I don't think Dado's happy with the car because you can hear he's having to back off the throttle so much in the corners.
And now what Talon might be able to see on his display, he'll see Gear 3 Gaming. He's obviously 40 seconds in front, but as each time Gear makes that little mistake, he'll see that time drop dramatically. And we'll get him excited a little bit with get him on another lap.
Oh look, he's going in the grass in a straight line.
Oh,
Gear's not having a good run at all. It is not been a good run. So, with 5 minutes remaining, we're on the Dodica Herd now, so Dred's coming to start his final lap now. He's actually, let's have a look at the track map and see where it is. He's actually catching on Gear, I think it is.
Yeah, Gear was the last one coming down here.
Yep.
So he's about to put a lap down on 9th place.
He's got to get to him, but that's... Well, let's have a look where Gear
Pretty
is quickly.
easy, I'd say, if Gear keeps doing what he's been doing.
So there, might get to him, might not get to him. So if he gets to Gear, Gear's race is done. If not, we'll be waiting for Gear for the end of the race. So Gear's probably going to be potentially the last car to bring that to finish the race off. So
But
now,
I'll tell you
Dred,
what, Dred has
Now-
not got out of the 8-minute 10s unless he had to pit for fuel and tyres.
let's have a look at that.
He's
Look
been
at that.
constantly
That's what-
under 8-minute 10s.
That's what the drivers are seeing right now. Straight into turn one, sun straight into their field division. So Dred has now started his last lap with 4 minutes remaining. So the sun
the
is
pace is
definitely
absolutely hot.
the sun is definitely settling now. Yep, so Talon is most definitely ahead of Thingo. So let's have a look up here. Oh, Sirius is catching on Night Havoc now.
Yeah, and they're going to have to do another lap, so they've still got another, lap and a half.
Let's see how far behind. Oh, Logical Sport is making more mistakes. So let's stick with these two for the time being. So it's potentially World War II here, Germany versus America again, on the Battle of the Grounds in Germany. Porsche v
Yeah,
Corvette.
definitely.
Oh, Talon's got a time penalty, but I don't think it's really going to affect him too much. That Porsche, I think the Porsche is, once a bit of fuel's come off it, the setup appears to come to the car quite well, and the lap times have been more. The car's been very, very comfortable. I think the first couple of laps when it's full of fuel, it's just not quite right. But as soon as the fuel comes off the car, it's been a lot better for him. So he's done a good race. I'll give him that.
Mate, they've had a great run in that Porsche. Just they've kept going forward after session one. So
see, the biggest thing is now is the track's going to start cooling down now. So if people haven't got their tyre pressures, you know, if the tyre pressures drop too much for people, the cars might be handling it even worse. So as we enter the carousel now, oh, he's touched that inside curb. You've got to be careful of that. That pops him up high. If Sirius is within this distance by the time they reach the Dodica Herd, Sirius is going to just drive past, not have it here. But he's got to stick with him and get to him.
Invitable's going to happen, but then we know that he's so good coming through the end part of that, you know, before he come onto the GP circuit as well. So he might be able to hold him off.
Let's have a quick look at Gear. He's 30, so Talon's closed up 30 seconds on him. 10 seconds, sorry. Oh, there's some more grass.
I think that could also be his connection, because we did see in practice he was a little bit here and there. I couldn't imagine him driving on the grass through there all the time.
That's a Corvette. Ah, it's Dred. Dred actually will get Gear. Dred will definitely get Gear.
Well, I'll tell you what, Gear will probably want him to get him, because they won't want him to be doing another lap.
Nah, not if he's struggling that much here. Let's watch him through this part. That's off, definitely off the track. That's definitely off the track.
Yeah, those ones are off, but...
yeah, I think Gear is not having... Yeah, he's giving up. He's let Dred pass. Yeah, Dred's giving the flash.
I think that's almost a Christmas present for Gear, knowing that he doesn't have to do another lap around Nordschleife.
Oh yeah, Gear's not happy with that car. It's just not working for him right now. So let's go back to... It
definitely does look like he's got the P plates on the back of that classic racing Ford.
Well, he's definitely driving like a P plater right now. He's all over the shop. So we're coming closer to the Dodica Herd. So let's see if Corvette can catch and pass Porsche here.
So we've got 15 seconds remaining of the 95-minute session, and we have got Dred on the last lap, so all these guys will have to do another lap after this.
So let's go to Sirius. So you can see the Porsche up there. No, I think he's just out of draft range. Just out of the range of the draft here. But look at that sun. This is what these guys are driving into.
But the big question will be, Darky. The question will be, Darky, the next lap around, can Cirrus get himself in a position to try and take that position off Havoc coming down this straight?
I think that is the best chance from here. I suppose up and just sit behind him. And then hopefully be within under a second. Because he only gained half a second on that straight.
24 more kilometres remaining for these two.
Yep.
And this is for the battle for 4th position.
So let's have a look at our leader here. So he's down at the other end of the track now. So we've gone from one end of the track to the other end of the track now. As Dred's got that car, looks like it's on rails.
Yeah, definitely. It's been like that all weekend, actually, throughout the 24 hours, even behind yourself, Darky.
Yep.
Both two sessions.
Even though I made multiple mistakes in session 1 and made one annoying mistake, or 2 annoying mistakes in session 2. So, and he's second place, Aussie Carters. He's 2 minutes behind. Wow. That's been the biggest gap in all the sessions, I believe it to be. First to second, because I think in session 1 the biggest gap was about 40 seconds. Session 2 was 30 seconds, and now it's just blown out to 2 minutes in this session. So Aussie Carter's doing 809s. He's now in the 809s consistently, but he's just too late in those low times. Nurburgring was an 830. That's a slow lap. That's a really slow lap.
Yeah, just making a few mistakes late in the session.
I'm wondering if his tyres are going off again. Because
I'd say they will be. Yeah. And if he makes a couple of, if he does two, like has the spin.
Serious past Night Havoc, just noticed that.
Oh, and Night Havoc has dropped a ton of time. So there's been a mistake. Something's happened.
Yep. So the Corvette's got past the Porsche now. So now can Night Havoc close up on him for this final lap? And the Logical Sports gained up sometimes to these guys, but his last lap time was dropped off. So this could potentially all to play for 30 years. So 21 seconds. If Night Happy makes a couple of mistakes here, Sirius is going to be all over him.
Nurburgring.
Yep.
Yeah, I think Nurburgring will probably have a level head right at this stage. We'd hope he will, and bring it home for 3rd.
And here's a Caleb. He's still on the GP circuit. Simo's 29 seconds behind him and 36 behind Logical Sport. That's a very low sounding. Oh no! Oh no! Simo's no. Simo is going to drop time, and he is absolutely on the edge of doing a champion. I would have that thing in lean and just sit in one gear and just potentially. Oh.
Yeah, with a 2-minute buffer over gear, plus gear's been lapped, so there's no challenge there.
Yeah, he won't get it now. Yeah, because Dred's ahead of him, because here comes Dred now to take the win. This is it.
So congratulations to Dred.
4.2 litres for Dred too.
40.
Running on the fuel.
Taking victory in that number 21 Ben Anderton Corvette.
That's it. So let's have a look. What's the gap? 3 seconds between these two. Ooh, how much? Ooh. No, he should be right.
I can't see because the race complete.
9.7. 9.7.
Oh, you'll be right.
He should be right. It'll be tight, but he should get home. So 2 seconds to Night Havoc. So
I'd say they're having their problems with their tyres.
Well, wiggles like that aren't going to help him. So Simo, the man who has the fuel conserve to make this lap, will finish 8th no matter what. But can he finish the race? Because you've got to remember the lap time counter goes down by at his actual pace. So 8 litres.
No,
he's not going to make this. Maybe.
Oh, what's he doing?
I don't know. This is going to be tight. There's a potential champion coming. He's just put in 6th.
He knows he's going to be running short. I thought he was clutching it.
He just has to. Yeah, you have to
clutch it down the hill.
Yeah, but the problem is you got the countdown timer, so you got to do it. So.
Oh, Aussie.
Nah,
just having a moment on the last lap.
Has he? Yeah, yes, he is. He did. He did.
Yeah, made a uncharacteristic error.
I just realised we had so much time here to get back to Aussie.
Just keep an eye on the battle, I think, from Commander Cirrus as well, and Knight Havoc, as Aussie Carters comes down. Oh, there we go. Knight Havoc just in the background, 3 seconds. So all he's hoping for is a little mistake by Commander Cirrus.
Look at that sun right in their eyeballs. So you can see the lights are on the track now, so it's getting dark again. As we're starting to finish under dark now.
Yeah, it's probably about 4:50 or 4:40 p.m. at the moment.
There might be some driver swaps potentially coming up at board on the chat we can see here. So Aussie Carter comes home in 2nd.
Yeah, congratulations to that number 71 A&M Racing team of Aussie Carters and Got Gecko.
2 to 3 seconds
in the 24-hour.
Oh,
Cirrus, there we go. They're the things that we...
He's got 6 leaders too.
He's praying for.
He's got 6 leaders. Like where is he on the track?
Look, here comes Knight Havoc, almost airborne, coming over that rise.
I reckon Cirrus is concerned that he's not going to make fuel. I reckon Cirrus is that concerned he's not going to make fuel. He's going to make distance now.
It's playing on his mind.
I reckon it is. I reckon it absolutely is playing on his mind.
So Knight Havoc, all he needs to do is try and get him before that straight.
No, he doesn't have to get before him. If he can sit in his drive and drag him down there, he'll get the speed boost. Because if he's in front of the Corvette before that straight, he becomes a sitting duck. If I was him, I would try and sit on the Corvette's butt to that straight and then use its drag to pull you up to the straight. So as we're going to enter that section very, very shortly now. Before we go, let's have a quick look at the man who's running fuel. 5.3 litres. Cirrus has 5.3 litres at this point. Oh, Cirrus made a mistake.
There he goes. His tyres are shot.
Can the Porsche go around the outside? No, you can't.
Carousel. He's got the run. He's got the run. Down the inside, he'll have him.
Oh, that's going to make him a sitting duck down for the straight here. Porsche leads now to Corvette.
If Cirrus can't get the power down, he's struggling with those rear tyres at the moment.
But he won't have to worry about getting power down now. He'll just get draft here. He's just going to drive past the Porsche now. And the Porsche is going to become a sitting duck here.
We'll wait and see. Time will tell.
He needs to wiggle.
Down the inside.
He needs to wiggle. Yeah, if I was a Porsche, I'd be putting it on the inside. Because here comes the Corvette. But now getting behind the Porsche. Porsche getting behind the Corvette. There he goes.
This is unbelievable.
This could come into the final corners here.
4th position. We know the Porsche is strong in the braking.
But let's see if Cirrus can stop in time.
Much room.
Oh, Cirrus has gone deep.
Oh, there he goes. He's got the rear end.
And the Porsche has gone wiggle too. Oh, no.
They both went in deep. What a finish for 4th position.
They have absolutely turned it on for 4th place. Cirrus comes home
we can see for 4th. Congratulations to Commander Cirrus and Jetto in that number 26 Corporal getting
3.7 litres. What did the Porsche have? 17 litres.
And then
let's have a look at the man who's
Commander Jim.
3.7 litres for the man who's fuel conserving. Where is he on the track? Oh, he's still got the he's close. The end is there. The end is there.
And the Caleb's dropping a lot of time too. Is he in fuel conserving mode?
Nah, he's got 8.3 litres.
No. Okay, he must have had a few incidents.
Yeah, I think his tyres done. He's just trying to hang on to the end. Look at the lap times for the last two from Commander Cirrus and Knight Havoc.
So how about that? We had three changes for 4th positioning on the last lap, wasn't it? Something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
I think you'll find that we had we had the Porsche in front with Night Havoc at the start of the lap, and then he made a little mistake which we missed, and Cirrus grabbed him.
Night Havoc.
These are logical sports. And then we saw
he's got fuel to burn.
the Porsche get back in front, and then obviously the Chevrolet getting him down that back straight.
He's just cruising around. Cars decided to go on for an extra lap. Serious. Porsche's parked it. The logical sport still ripping skids.
Parked it up.
Here comes the Caleb. Final corners.
So it'll be just waiting to find out.
Yeah, he's backed it way off now.
He's
just backed it way off.
Simo can make this finish.
We will get there. 2 litres. Yeah, he will just make it. He's had to back off for most of it, but he will make it now.
Yeah. Well,
1.8 litres. He's likely the countdown time is close. The countdown 1.7, 1.6.
There we go. So congratulations to those guys.
1.5. Done.
Probably not the result that they wanted to see after being up in the 5th position at the start of that session.
No. So
there you go.
Let's go through a rundown to the results. So Dredd takes the win. 2 minutes 27 seconds in the Corvette ahead of Aussie Carter's in the Ferrari. Stand out to Nurburgring with the ring-in for this race, coming home in 3rd in the Ferrari, 4 minutes behind Dredd. Another 5 minutes behind was Commander Cirrus in the Corvette, and Night Havoc in the Porsche, finishing about 0.2 of a second off him. Illogical Sport finishes 6th in the Corvette, and the Caleb comes home in 7th in the Ferrari. Simo, the man who wants to run on vapors, comes home in 8th in the Ford. G3 Gaming, the yellow Victor Lawnmower, comes home in 9th, a lap down. Talon comes home in 10th. Good result for him. And Data Race will be happy to see the end of this race, coming home in 11th. And Got Gecko, the ring-in for this race, comes home in 12th. The best lap time at 8 minutes 17, so not bad for him in the Corvette. So
no, he showed some pace there. He made a little bit of ground up.
Yeah,
but it fell short getting Dado. But anyway.
Yep. So next week back into our normal state of racing. So an hour 10 sessions at the Red Bull Ring, I believe.
Red Bull Ring it is for round 5.
That's it.
And then we'll finish up. We'll have a week's break, I believe, for the special event, the Memel 300 at Watkins Glen.
Yep.
And then we'll be back for round 6 to finish up this Global GTE Challenge Championship at Sakito Grand Prix, which should be a very good car with these GTE cars. And then we'll be into Series 5 for the 2020, which will be the V8 supercars. That should be interesting as well.
So, yeah. So you can also check us out on our social medias, which is Instagram, which is ANZCRL. You can also find us on YouTube, which is AusNZ Combined Racing League. We also have the Facebook group, the AusNZ Combined Racing League group. If you're Australian or New Zealand, want to do sim racing on Project Cars 2 on Xbox, so come and answer the questions, the 3 questions for us, and then we'll add you to the group and come do some racing with us. We also have the Twitch, what most of you guys are probably watching right now, and we also and the YouTube channel. So once the races go from Twitch, they'll go to there. So for memories,
good old memories.
That's
all right, well that'll wrap us all up. Getting
I think we're done and
10 p.m. We've done and dusted. Thank you, Darky, for your commentary tonight and getting that out to the viewers. And look
I think it's time for another can.
Beating panels against you at Red Bull Ring next week.
That's it.
All right, cheerio, everyone. Be safe, and we'll catch you all next weekend.
Bye.
Bye.